Our next two guests are the workers behind Bonus. You can see their website at bonusrewards.com, and it is a great opportunity for you to be able to earn points by doing shopping and dining. But I'll let the... no, hang on. I'm being interrupted here already. Mark Mortimer-Davies is one of the workers behind it, as is Sridhar Krishnamurthy, the managing partner and co-founder of Bounz. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Great to have you here. Yes, Mark, you're about to interrupt me.
Bounz, you got it right.
Bounz, okay. So tell us, what is Bounz and why should we be a part of it?
What do you, Mark? I think.
Look, we're probably the fastest growing loyalty program, member rewards platform now in the UAE. We're up and over 1.3 million members in a short time, about 16 months. We're growing our partner base. We've just launched a new UI UX, which is great. People can now pay their bills.
Stop you there. That's industry talk for someone who doesn't realise. What's a UI UX?
User interface and the user experience. So it's much easier for people to now use the app. It looks nicer. It works more easily. And we just relaunched it. We're about 16 months in, and it was time to now go from being a startup company to a sort of put our big boy trousers on and get going.
So when you say that, that you are one of the fastest growing companies in as far as the rewards program is concerned, what is it that makes you stand out as compared to some of your competitors?
So I think one of the key thing is we have kept the entire focus on what the user gets back in terms of rewards.
Okay.
So if you look at most of the programs out in the market in terms of what the consumer gets back, it's usually a percentage of their sale,
right,
or a percentage of whatever they're buying from the partners. So we looked at all our experience of handling different programs, and we have ensured that the rewards back to the consumer is the best one. So
right.
we give about 1.5% back to the consumer.
Okay.
So in terms of rewards value back, it's second to none in the market.
Interesting.
So that's our key program benefit.
Right.
How hard is it to get competitors locked into your program? Because when I think a lot of people think of rewards programs, they think, I'm going to shop for years and years, I'll never get anything back. How hard is it to overcome that mindset where people already may have a negative connotation towards a program?
So we do it two ways. One is signing up business partners, and 2 years ago before we launched, a lot of people told us go away, get launched. Because why should we sign up with you? Now there's 1.3 million members in the program nearly. Now people come to us. So signing up business partners has become, it's not easy, but it's been easier. We spend a lot of time giving them back data and analytics on their customers to try and improve their business. So they're happy, and
so that's the offset. So if Neil and I want to set up a restaurant and we come to you, is the benefit that you have the data and the understanding of the consumer that you can relay to us?
We have some data and understanding that you can start with. Then as you start your business and you grow, we'd work with you to then say, okay, of these 1.3 million, how many of them are with you? How many other people like bringing in? Who you got a vegetarian restaurant? We work with Choitrams, so we'll scan out people who've never bought meat, chicken, fish, and we'd say, okay, look, very likely vegetarian, so we target you to them. So we'd segment it, and it's relevant. So it's all about to our partners, business partners, we have to grow their business. To our members, we have to give them relevant offers. So we don't send. The simple one is we don't send meat, fish offers to vegetarians. And it goes then you can do it by time of day, etc., etc. But overall, that's relevance.
Yeah, we're talking about offers for the consumer, because eventually the base is based on the consumers, and as long as they are happy, the numbers will keep growing. My background is that I used to work with an advertising agency, and one of our clients was a credit card company, and we used to manage their loyalty programs, and their gift backs based on their points and rewards system was of some basic values like toothbrushes and toothpastes, apart from international travels and everything, they had toothpaste and toothbrushes that one could actually pick off, because not everyone spends as much. So if you have just about 100 or 150 points, and you can't really wait till you get to 5,000 points to probably pick up a bigger prize or a bigger gift, you can just take it off through a toothbrush or a toothpaste. Does this market also function on small ticket offers, or they look for bigger offers only?
I think interesting you ask that. So what we have done is, I think from a consumer perspective, again, we have kept the threshold of getting your first reward very low. So to give you an example, at Chaitrams, if you have 1 dirham equivalent of Bounz in your wallet, you can start redeeming it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So that's a great offer for someone who's regularly going into Chaitrams
Right.
and want to redeem their Bounz. They can do it so far as they are 1 dirham. There's another spectrum of consumers who would like to accumulate because they want to get a free ticket to go to Bombay.
That's me.
So, so you need to download Bounz and start accumulating it. Yeah, so I think we have looked at all different aspects, and being in a coalition, it allows us to push those rewards at a much faster rate than if you're in a program that's single brand.
Right, that makes sense.
Because you're accumulating at different partners, your acceleration of reaching your first reward is much faster.
The both of you have extreme experience across different markets for many years. How is the UAE with their uptake? Are people here in this country more willing to partake in these sort of rewards programs?
There is more people as a percentage of the population in a program here than in other parts that we've seen. Now, that would exclude some of the younger people, 18 and below, if you take those out. And also there are fewer programs within the blue collar area, but a lot of our partners that want to work with us, SMEs, and a lot of them want to work in the blue collar area, and that's why we set the rewards initially at a dirham. So everybody can come in, and then everybody adds. If you think about it like this, every piece of data that we receive is like a pixel on a Polaroid picture.
Right.
And as we increase the pixel, the clearer the picture is, the more we're able to be relevant to the member whose picture it is, and to the business partners who want to speak to them. Because we can then say, okay, married, 2 children, car, pet, likes to do this, likes to do that. Don't speak to them at these times, speak to them at these times. And it all increases that relevance.
Yeah.
So it's every little piece of data is like a little pixel on a Polaroid.
So who is the most likely to take on Bounz? Is it a mum with kids? Is it a single guy in his 20s?
So we have a quite a broad spectrum because of some of we've obviously got Chaitrams as one of our big Joy Alucas is there's a lot of women who buy jewellery. Strangely enough, a lot of women
really
they go shopping for food. And they'll reward themselves by redeeming the points in a jewellery operator. Men, we work with Emirates Draw, who run weekly draws here. You can win various amounts up to 100 million. Men tend to go maybe a bit more that way. So it really I keep going back to that word, but it depends what's relevant to them.
Okay.
So our business really is about trying to learn what's relevant to each individual. When you used to go into a shop years ago and the shopkeeper knew you, what we're trying to use is technology to allow companies with thousands of customers to have that one-to-one approach.
See, I go into shops and they still do know me because I talk so much. I go over here to London Dairy.
Probably just serve you quickly so they don't talk.
Yeah, that's it. And that's exactly right. But I think that goes back to something, to Sri, that this is something that you're right. People don't have that emotional connection anymore. People don't really go into shop and people recognise them by their first name. And in a strange way, this is quite comforting because you've got someone that recognises what you like, how you buy, when you buy, and you get rewarded for that.
So we also have a unique proposition where we keep it open to both tourists and residents. Originally, when we started the program, it was meant to be a tourism loyalty program.
Okay.
COVID happened, we had to go back to the drawing board. So even as a tourist, you could come in on Bounz and quickly redeem it. So as a consumer, when you walk into Chaitrams or Joy Alucas anywhere, the option is for the consumer to one. If he's already a Bounz member, he understands how to use it. But otherwise, our partners promote it at the till, saying that, okay, are you a registered member? And they can immediately see the Bounz that's in your wallet here. So there's a lot of work that has gone in the back end. So seamlessly they tell you that you have 30 dirhams, do you want to redeem it? And instantly it's redeemed.
Very interesting. Now, you mentioned that, from what it was to what it is, COVID changed a bunch of things. Where does this app go from here to the next, probably, say, half a decade, in the next 5 years? Where does Bounz move?
So, very interesting, okay. And one of the things we spent years looking at in 2016 and 17, from a canteen with napkins to was what really is relevant. And one of the concerns people have is I've got 10 programs that I work with. So we've built into our program where we can ingest, we can take in your points of other programs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can put it into one wallet and then spend it if you want through Bounz. Yeah. Now that was meant to be a global facility. We were going to look at global players and do that. We're moving back into that space now. And I think, my view, and nobody really knows, but my view is that in the next 5 years you'll see some consolidation. There are hundreds of thousands of programs out there, and you'll see consolidation because people want simplicity.
Yep.
They want to be able to. I mean, smiles are talking to us, right? And the old rule is don't talk about other companies when you're on the radio. But look, why would they, as true, talk to us? A startup. Because we have that facility, and we're going to launch with them the ability to move the points
Migrate
through
the
our
points.
system.
They have to.
Yeah.
But you imagine that on a more global basis, where you've got a program back home in Australia, you've got how many points that you
I've
have.
got hundreds of thousands of Qantas points. I can't use them.
Right. So all it means
Sign
is
up with
us.
Bounz, we'll get it.
Yeah, there we
we'll
go.
get exchanged.
We'd sign up. We'd look to then sign up with Qantas.
Yeah.
And say, look, guys, there are a lot of Australians here. They've got they're not using them. Why would they sign up with us? Because they've got a load of members who are not engaged, who are bored, who are fed up, saying, what am I doing with all these? Even if they would then sign up with us, they can use Bounz. All of a sudden, they go, hey, do you know what I mean? Those Qantas points, I managed to use them when I was in Dubai.
I think that is the hardest thing, is that what is the value of 10,000 points? Because every rewards program or hotel chain or flight program, someone says, we'll give you a bonus 50,000. And for most people, well, what does that actually
mean?
mean?
The value of that
Where's
point,
the value of a point?
So you'd have to then look at currency. How did you earn it?
Yeah.
So then you'd have dollars, Australian dollars, euros, pounds, rupees. So what we do as we ingest those details, we would convert it to an AED number.
Okay.
So we'd say to you, that converts to this much in AED in Bounz. Now, should you then wish to go home to Australia, the reverse would happen. You'd open your Qantas app in Melbourne or wherever you are, and it would show it to you in Australian Qantas
That's
points.
Brilliant.
That is
the plan.
That's the plan.
That was
That's
the
what
plan
we're
when we
working on.
started, and COVID came along and crunched it. So
We actually won an award with the Dubai Tourism
Yeah.
Board. When we presented to them, they just loved it, because repeat tourism is loyalty.
True.
They just loved it. But COVID happened, and then travel just shut down, and we
our
had to
feet
just
from
go
us.
back to the drawing board.
Yeah, because looking at most of the apps today, there used to be, till about 2 years back, there used to be one food delivery app, one grocery delivery app. The third one would bring me parcels if I was doing online shopping. Today, there is one app that does all the three jobs, and that has made life simpler for me. Going ahead, and this is absolutely a thought of someone who probably sits and makes those decisions at the top level, at the C-suite level. Is it realistically possible to come in as a co-branded unit, or will the acquisitions of smaller fishes happen by the bigger fish?
So there's two ways of doing that. One is obviously acquisition. And the other one is the collaboration I was just talking
Right, yeah.
about. Now, when you come into collaboration, we all obviously, to create those Polaroid pictures, we have a lot of your personal data
Sure.
that you've signed that we can hold. So if we want to work with Qantas, there is a lot of legal framework in that to do that. But we are working with a company here, and it's in its infancy now, so I won't go into who it is.
Emirates, isn't it?
No.
No.
and they have a anonymized shared data platform.
Okay.
So what it simply does, it puts a system onto our system that before anything leaves, it's anonymized, like into blockchain or whatever. It would put it on the partner company's system, so that when it goes into their system, you can't crack it.
All right.
So they
You
work
can't
with
reverse engineer it.
they work with a
Source,
number of
it's
banks.
decrypted completely.
Yeah.
Encrypted.
So they've worked with banks, so they've had it tested through the banking system, which is probably as stringent as you're going to find.
True.
But what that enables you to do is you can't then see who those people are, but you can ask it questions.
Okay.
So you can say, are there any people over 25, I go back to the analogy I used before, who are vegetarian,
Right.
who are that? If there are people on the other side that came in, you can send a message through partners. So in this case, Qantas, we could say to Qantas, please send this message to these people that we don't know because you've encrypted.
Yeah.
Qantas send that message out for us. Why would they do it? Because if they have some information they want to get through our guys, we would
Makes sense.
facilitate them.
Well, Mark
So
and
that's
Sri,
a step.
congratulations on your work. Congratulations on bouncing back from
Thank you.
having an original plan, and then COVID. There's a setback, and now there's a comeback. So it's a great story. So congratulations to the two of you. The website is bounzrewards.com, but you can go to your App Store, Google Play, Huawei App Gallery, and download Bounz, and then you can be part of this exciting customer loyalty program. Congratulations, and we wish you the best of success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you very
hope
much.
You have a Bounz app.
I've got it here now. It's open. You can see.
Great.
So TSB, Talksport Business.